Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have this quiet control over their own mind, while everyone else is trapped in endless loops of overthinking, replaying conversations, and worrying about things that haven't happened? They seem free from all that mental noise. What if I told you that the difference isn't willpower, meditation practice, or years of therapy? It's something much simpler than you think. You've probably experienced this yourself. Those rare moments when your mind finally goes quiet and everything feels clear. What I'm about to share will show you how to access that clarity whenever you need it. In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly why you've been stuck in your head, and the one shift that brings you back to reality instantly. This isn't about controlling your thoughts or forcing yourself to be present. It's about understanding where your attention actually lives. Because when you finally see this, living in your head becomes impossible. Here's what most people don't realize. When you're stuck in your head, you're not actually thinking about what's happening. You're thinking about what happened or what might happen. Your mind is constantly pulling you into timelines that don't exist anymore or haven't started yet. And here's where it gets fascinating. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. So when you're replaying something that already happened or rehearsing something that might happen, your body responds as if it's happening right now. Your heart races, your chest tightens, stress hormones flood your system. But nothing is actually happening. You're completely safe. The only place that situation exists is in your mind. Yet your entire nervous system is reacting to a thought like it's a present danger. Think about it. You could be sitting somewhere peaceful, everything around you perfectly fine, but your mind is somewhere else entirely, running through scenarios, replaying moments, worrying about outcomes. Nothing is actually wrong in that moment, but you feel terrible because your attention is somewhere else entirely. This is the invisible pattern that runs most people's lives. They're physically in one place, but mentally scattered across every possible version of reality, except the one they're actually in. They're trying to solve tomorrow's problems with today's worry, while completely missing what's right in front of them. And here's what nobody tells you. Every time you do this, you're training your brain that the imaginary version of life is more important than the real one. You're literally teaching yourself to live anywhere except where you actually are, which means everything that stresses you out, everything that keeps you up at night, every spiral of overthinking. It's all happening in a place that doesn't exist. And here's what changes everything. The present moment is the only place where that mental noise can't survive. If you're still here, you already understand something most people miss. Most people hear this and think it sounds too simple to work. But you're recognizing something deeper. That simplicity is exactly what makes it powerful. What I'm about to share next will show you exactly how to make this shift real. This is where everything clicks into place. If this is resonating with you, please subscribe. Here's the thing about being stuck in your head. It's not about thinking too much. It's about where you believe your life is happening. Most people genuinely think their life exists in that space between their ears, where all the commentary runs, where all the planning happens, where all the worrying lives, where all the replaying takes place. But that's not where your life is. Your life is where your body is, right now, in this exact moment. Let me break this down into 3 parts. First, there's what's actually real. The temperature of the space around you. The sensation of your body making contact with whatever you're sitting or standing on. The sounds happening in your environment right now. That's real. That's actually happening. Second, there's the mental commentary. The voice that's narrating everything, judging everything, planning everything, worrying about everything. That's not real. It's just thoughts about reality, not reality itself. And third, there's where most people spend their time. They're not in what's real, and they're not even aware they're lost in commentary. They think the commentary is their life. When you're truly here, when your attention is on what's actually real, something remarkable happens. All that mental noise quiets down naturally, not because you're fighting it or suppressing it, because you're literally not feeding it your attention anymore. It's like having a radio playing in the background your whole life and suddenly realizing you can just turn it off. The radio doesn't disappear. You just stop listening to it. And without your attention, it has no power over you. This is why people who seem naturally calm aren't doing anything special. They've just stopped treating their thoughts like reality and started living in what's actually here. Right now, I want you to try something. Without moving anything, just become aware of the space behind you. You can't see it, but you know it's there. Notice how your awareness can expand to include things you're not directly looking at. Now notice this. In the few seconds you were doing that, where was your mind? It wasn't replaying the past. It wasn't rehearsing the future. It was right here, exploring what's actually present. That's the doorway, and it's always available. Most people think being present is about stopping their thoughts, but that's not it. Your thoughts will always be there. The question is whether you're going to treat them like reality or recognize them for what they are. Mental commentary, background noise. When you're stuck in your head, you're basically watching a movie about your life instead of living your life. And the movie is never accurate. It's always distorted by fear, by past experiences, by imaginary scenarios that will never happen. The people who seem naturally calm, who move through stress without falling apart, they haven't figured out how to stop thinking. They've just stopped believing every thought that crosses their mind. They've learned the difference between what's actually happening and what their mind is saying about what's happening. And that difference is everything, because what's actually happening right now is almost always manageable. It's the stories about what might happen, or what it means, or how it could go wrong that create the suffering. When you stop living in those stories and start living in what's real, you discover something incredible. This moment, right here, right now, always contains exactly what you need to handle this moment. Always. So how do you actually do this? It's simpler than you think, but it requires awareness. Throughout your day, start asking yourself one question. Am I here or am I in my head? Not where should I be? Not where do I wish I was? Just where am I actually giving my attention right now? Here's the practice that changes everything. Pick any moment during your day, any moment at all. It could be when you first wake up, when you're eating, when you're moving from one place to another. In that moment, anchor yourself to 3 real things. First, find one thing you can feel. The texture of something you're touching, the temperature on your skin, the weight of your body supported by what's beneath you. Second, find one thing you can hear, an actual sound happening right now. Not the sound you expect to hear, but what's really there. Third, notice your breath. Just one full cycle, in and out. Don't change it, just observe it. This takes 10 seconds, maybe less. But in those 10 seconds, you're completely out of your head. You can't be worrying about the future and feeling texture at the same time. You can't be replaying the past and listening to real sounds simultaneously. Your brain can only fully attend to one thing at a time. When you catch yourself lost in thought about the past or future, don't fight it. Just notice. Oh, I'm not here right now. Then use those 3 anchors. Feel, hear, breathe. When something bothers you, pause and ask, is this happening right now? Or is this happening in my head? If it's in your head, you can choose to stop participating in that conversation. If it's happening right now, you can deal with it from a clear, present state of mind instead of a panicked mental one. This isn't about never planning or never reflecting. It's about not living there. It's about making those visits to the past and future brief and purposeful. Then, coming back to where your life is actually happening. Over the next few days, you'll start noticing when you drift into your head faster and faster. What used to trap you for hours will only hold you for minutes. Then, seconds. You'll catch yourself before you even go there. This isn't about perfection. You'll still get lost in thought. The difference is, you won't stay lost. You'll know the way home. And every time you come back to the present moment, you're building a new pattern. You're teaching yourself that peace isn't something you have to find. It's what's here when you stop looking everywhere else. If this resonates with you, you're exactly who this channel is for. People who are ready to stop living in their head and start living in their life. If you found value in this, subscribe to join others who are choosing clarity over chaos. Hit that like button if this shifted something for you. And drop a comment below, sharing one moment today where you caught yourself living in your head instead of your life. Your real life is waiting for you, right here, right now.